Of great freshman talent, Tatum Marsh and Rentaro Sasaki having two great freshman years.
Yeah, Sasaki coming in, obviously one of the main headlines coming into this college baseball season, putting up really good numbers. But like you said, they have a bunch of new guys that have really put really
lively fastball that beats Bates for strike two.
Yeah, he's looked really good this year when he has control of the fastball. He works down the zone. He's able to really work east and west on the plate, and he's not afraid to come inside. And that's the big thing with, in college baseball. If you're not afraid to go inside on a hitter, you're going to be able to command.
Doesn't matter where they finish up. They're going to play on Tuesday and have a chance to play their way into the NCAA tournament. That's what Coach Esker is focused on.
And that's, huge coming into this weekend, because you can throw guys that maybe haven't gotten a ton of innings, right? So you may be able to work some bullpens, but it's the fact that you know what you have to do next week to set yourself up, to try to go deep into.
So unfortunately, can't give you any further information at this point, but it's an emergency start here for Brandon Novy.
Hey, yeah, it's a great time to take advantage of the situation, right? And he's had some spot starts and some spot at bats in the last couple of weeks, so NC State feels comfortable putting them there and moving forward.
There is Chris McHughes. Our research and graphics. I did not know that Virginia, apparently, with every outcome going their way, is still in play. So you've got Florida Staking Ball loops in to Rentaro Sasaki. So an early lead here for Stanford. Sasaki had all the expectations coming into this season. And by all accounts, if I just told you, look, you got a freshman hitting 283, 8 doubles, 7 homers, 38 driven in.
Sign me up.
And 40. His father, Hiroshi, was his high school coach and also coached Shohei Ohtani.
Not bad to have in your on your resume.
And Stanford is on the quarter system, so he graduated high school. 1 day later, he's on the farm. He flies out to Stanford. See the pitch count for Volchko. So again, he's not expected to go deep in this game, but he was ultra efficient in the first inning. He ratchets it up to 96 on the first pitch to Sosa. Alex Sosa has already caught Charlie Bates stealing in this game. Sophomore catcher.
Throw the white towel in and be done with it. So for them to come back and put together some runs and have a walk-off, that's a nice little senior day to have.
Yeah. And who else but senior Brett Blair, who came up with the game-tying hit.
Getting another look at just a curveball that hangs up over the middle of the plate. Sasaki does a great job just keeping it in front. He takes a pretty wicked hop and gets him in the left shoulder.
That's all you can do, yeah.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Keep it in front, hold it to a single.
This is the first hit for NC State, first base runner. And now Brandon Novy, who got the emergency start, takes a strike. Because it's 98, maybe it's because of the stuff. He does lead the ACC in wild pitches. That is his 15th of the year.
Well, it's also when you're throwing sliders 90 miles per hour, you got to be able to control that. It's not an easy thing to do.
To the left side, Becerra, another opportunity. And he makes the play to end the innings. (3-1), hit in the air right. Fraisman a few steps back and makes the catch as he reaches the track. Ethan Hott retired to start the third. This is a Stanford team that, they can really hit. And you look at their numbers to start the ACC. Head glides over on a ball tailing away from him. And Luke Lavin is put away for out number 2. Then they swept Duke. And so that was the 5-1 start. It was North Carolina and Duke, and now they end their regular season here in Raleigh. Haskins fights off another one. And I know for NC State, Coach Avent was concerned about making the trip out west to Cal. Now they swept that series, but it wasn't just that series there. It was.
I have zero patience for that.
For fishing?
Yeah. You're a fisherman?
No, but I have enjoyed some fishing.
Nah, it's not for me. He actually barehanded it. He jumped in the pond, barehanded the fish, and
you know what though? Volchko did play for the USA Collegiate National Team. This one off the end of the bat, and it'll scoot its way into right field, just out of the reach of Nadine. And so NC State has its second hit. One of the things he said is, we want to avoid sending teams back to somewhere they've already been, because that is part of the experience as a student athlete. Is, all right, you're getting to go to a regional. If you went there last year, all right,
yeah, it's all the same.
You've played there,
yeah.
You've experienced it. And so they do seed teams geographically, but they try to mix it up. Little chopper to second. Doing it without your biggest bat. And Chris McHugh, one of the ACC's top hitters, nearly 380 his average this year. So DeCrisio into the 3-hole.
But if you are Stanford.
8 homers last year. He's got 4 in his last 3 games. There's the numbers. 103, 402 feet. It was a no doubter to left. Win a trophy.
And it's hard too, because you almost have to think as like winning, that many baseball games in a row. Playing that many baseball games in a row, you think about pitching. That's all you think about is how are we going to figure out to get from Tuesday to Sunday.
Yep.
And that is the ultimate question. But, I think ultimately you almost throw a bullpen day every single game. But like you said, you know what you have to do. It's right there in front of you. It's just hard. I mean, it's hard to win 3 baseball games in a row.
Correct.
To sweep a weekend, it doesn't matter how good you're playing either. If you run into one good pitcher, it kind of shuts you down a little bit. But
or in this case, maybe 7.
Yeah,
8,
7, 8, 9. Who knows? It's just tough to do. So you really do have to kind of play loose and play relax. But like you said,
popped up the 2-0 pitch. Might be playable for Haskins. Foul ground.
pressure.
Give everybody some opportunities. Against the shift, Sasaki just hit it. Becerra. His 10th double of the year. Look, he's hitting 341. And he continues to play well for the Cardinal.
Yeah, Marone tries to go on the inside half, and he just does a great job of getting the hands through. Jam job a little bit, but sneaks it in down the left field line and gets them in the score. And graduate, you're able to go in early and see what, people like, and obviously a very good baseball player too.
And when I say it can be beneficial, and obviously, right, as teams start to kind of construct their rosters for the future, it is at times, first pitch just misses to center fielder Ethan Hahn. At times it can be some musical chairs. And the payoff. Golf down the left field line. It is foul. And our view of the press box, from the press box, is exactly what you saw from that initial look. It's tough to see down that left field line. You see there's not much foul ground. It is not like sunken dives. And how do they handle the 5 trips east? They did, however, return almost 80% of their at-bats from last year and 98% of their innings pitched. So they brought back a lot from a year ago.
And when you have that solid nucleus on a team, that's when the locker room gets good, right? And that's when the whole mentality and the home run and then, the big 2-out hit. What is your guys' approach against Marone coming into tonight?
Well, he's a quality Friday night guy in the ACC, so we know we can't. We're going to have to be aggressive. He's going to be in the zone. He throws a lot of strikes. He's a good pitcher. He's pretty complete. He's got a great pickoff move. He moves around the mound well, and so yeah, we're gonna have to be on top of it to score again on him.
And sometimes your best can be really, really good.
Right. And they've shown that. You go 5-1 to start the ACC.
Yeah, and Coach Forbes for North Carolina, which they're just underway with Florida State. So this trio of Stanford pitchers, and he has not seen the same.
Pretty far out in front.
Back to the fastball, and Hoke, a great piece of two-strike hitting.
Forehand too. Yeah. Like, hey, this is how we're going to roll, and it gives the mentality to the pitchers, and they know what's going to happen next, and no one's caught off guard, and it's just like, hey, this is what we're rolling with.
Now he has pitched in the ACC quite a bit. Roughed up in Chapel Hill, 5 outs but 4 runs allowed. He did pitch against him.
Good piece of hitting.
A 2-out. 2-run triple.
Oh, he missed time.
He has had some awesome takes tonight. And he's got himself a base hit.
Yeah, that right there is just a quality baseball player, quality hitter. For that take to be, probably a ball and a half off the plate. But with 2 strikes, you're...
5 1/3 for him. It's kind of light work. Maybe an earlier pull than usual because of the ramifications of this weekend, and NC State with their first lead, they will go to, and this is a bullpen that has been lights out, they will go to the star freshman Anderson Nance here in a 2-0 count against Tatum Marsh. So we've talked about up 15 down. Fastball up to 95, gets a wave and a miss, strike 2.
Just been really impressed by the demeanor of Nance throughout the whole entire season. As a freshman, kind of just came in and...
NC State made a call to the bullpen as Stanford.
This is where if you're NC State, you want to be able to put a team away. If you let this type of team hang around, they can do a lot of different things to you offensively. So you want to be able to put them away.
Play some matchups.
You have to.
And when you're in a 1-run game in the 6th, we might
you still want to win. That doesn't go by the wayside.
But with that being said, when I asked Coach Esker before the game, I said, is it going to be a true whole staff day, or you say, hey, this guy's going well, let's leave him out there? And he said, no, we're going to had a big hit in Chapel Hill that extended the lead, a little 2-out rally to make it 5-3. Carolina ended up scoring. He's about as good a center field as you can play. Robs Timo Becerra of what would have been a surefire double there. And then, after an error extends the inning, the home run. And we told you about the tonight. And he continues to put together good ABs as DH. And again, we've seen Matt Hefner be productive in all 3 of his at-bats. He has singled and had the sac fly to score the first run. He's also walked. So this bottom 3 of the order has been great tonight.
Yeah, it really has.
And at times for an offense that's had a lot of success.
Yeah, I don't care what inning it is. You're still down. Sometimes it's harder early in the game too, because you're like, oh, how are we going to kind of build back from this?
Score update from Tallahassee. North Carolina has now taken a 6-1 lead. They just got a 2-base sack. I've officially ran out of pitching spots in my scorebook.
You and I both.
It's not the first time, and it won't be the last. See, 18th appearance for Reimers. I know the ERA is high, but he has been one of their most used options out of the bullpen. So that's really why I think, unless the only way you wouldn't see Nance in the 9th is if NC State scores 5 runs here.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, for sure. No, I totally agree. we're on the same page.
That's good. Not our first ball game.
No.
PI is a little high to be a slam dunk host. I have a hard time thinking that the committee is going to not allow a top 4 seed in the ACC to host.
Yeah.
Heisman, who you may remember hit it pretty hard on a high hop to Haskins at third in the 7th. And Haskins leapt up. I don't know. You played quite a bit of third base. I don't know why that is. It felt like in play a couple innings in game 3, he played there as well. Sasaki, an inside-out swing into left. Gilliam, who replaced Hogue as expected, makes the catch. And there's 2 gone.